We continue on a Wednesday afternoon in Kansas City. Quarterfinal number 2. The 4th-seeded Montana Tech Orediggers and the 7th-seeded OUAZ Spirit ready to battle for the right to represent the Kramer Quadrant Friday in the Fab Four against the top overall seed, College of Idaho. Nate Gatter back with you inside Municipal Auditorium in downtown KC. OUAZ, the lowest remaining seed in the tournament. The Spirit, a number 7 seed, trying to reach a first Fab Four in school history. Keyshawn Bruner was the man on Monday against Southeastern. He had 17 points and a couple of highlight reel jams. He can really get up. Meanwhile, Montana Tech, of course, playing without Caleb Belloc, the junior, who is their leading scorer at better than 18 points a game. Michael Ure picked up a lot of that slack for the Orediggers in their overtime win in the finale Monday night against the top seed in this region, the William Penn Statesmen. Ure had 19 points in only 22 minutes. He had 3 rebounds. He hit 3 three-pointers. And it was really the second half where he took things over. So Tech is now in white. OUAZ wearing the orange. Josiah De La Cerda wins the tip back to Bruner for the Spirit. They're joined by Colton Hitt, Devin Collins, and Alex Avili in the starting 5 for Matt Keeley's men. Meanwhile, alongside Ure, Tech has Hayden Deacons, Krishan Dixon as De La Cerda scores, Camden Lawrence, and Asa Williams. Dixon spins outside Lawrence. 3 is short, rebounded by Collins. Lawrence has been the man getting a lot more playing time in just his 4th and 5th starts of the year here in Kansas City since the injury to Belloc. Collins lost it out of bounds, last off Dixon. Belloc was hurt just the second offensive possession of the game for Montana Tech in its first game of the tournament. Eventually a 14-point win over number 13 seed Westmont. Veely attacks, rebounded by Deacons. Asa Williams has also picked up a lot of the scoring slack. He and Michael Ure, the only 2 remaining Orediggers who averaged double figures this year, but Lawrence has been showing he can score a lot more in the additional minutes. He averages 5 a game for the season, but he put up 14 on 4 of 10 shooting, added 6 rebounds, hit some clutch free throws on Monday. And the win for Montana Tech. They trailed by as many as 13 in the second half of that game against top-seeded William Penn, which, again, lost in Kansas City. Statesmen just have struggled in this building over recent years, even as they put together one spectacular season after another. They're the only number 1 seed not still in the tournament. De La Cerda doubled on the baseline, 2 to shoot. Bruner has to get it up off 1 foot, and he did not hit the rim. It's a shot clock violation. Matt Keeley in his 6th season. Only the 6th season for OUAZ playing basketball at all. GSAC tournament champions, which included a 10-point win over number 2 team in the country and one of the other number 1 seeds still standing here, Arizona Christian. Asa Williams off the mark, rebounded by Veely. And a 2-point win over Hope International. And the Spirit survived by 8 over Southeastern, a game they trailed by 9 in the second half. So both of these teams were resilient on Monday to travel. And OUAZ turns it over for the 3rd time in the early going. I think it's the 2nd already. There's Adam Hyatt in his 7th season leading Montana Tech. It's a dogfight for the Diggers to even get here to KC. Lawrence attacks Veely on the baseline. Nice little bump to free himself up, and Camden Lawrence has all 4 points for Montana Tech. But the Orediggers had to go to overtime to beat 5 seed Thomas More, and that's a team, the Saints, with some serious experience. Foul on Veely, called against Michael Ure. Thomas More was in the Fab Four last year. De La Cerda double teamed again. skip past Bealey. Lawrence interfered, and it was lashed off Lawrence, out with 8 on the timer. Bealey, tough three. Well, short. On the other end, Ure can't hit. Hit attacks, spins, tough finish, wouldn't go. Collins and Ure up for the rebound. Decons comes away with it. Decons, little Euro, a lot of contact. The official said he initiated. Collins comes the other way. Hit, good look at a three, that's off. Williams taps it in the air, Bealey tracks it down. Ragged start, these two combined just 3 for 17 from the field. Collins kicks to De La Cerda, good look. He was on the money in warm-ups, but couldn't get that one. Asa Williams quiet so far. So too has been Ure. Step back three over De La Cerda. Chases his own miss. Ure goes down. Pulls the ball back in. Decon's floater. De La Cerda the rebound. Nobody shooting well early. Bruner, good finish. Keyshawn Bruner slices to the rim. His first points. Knotted at 4 with 4 minutes gone by. Lawrence lost the handle. Hit seemed to know it was there, but not exactly where it was. Had he been facing Lawrence, that would have been an easy steal. Dixon on the pull-up, good look, and he splashes it. De La Cerda on the baseline, knocks into Ure, no sir. Williams comes out of the pack, 1-on-3, Euro step, and he scores. Asa Williams, the junior Ohioan, leading remaining scorer with the absence of Belloc for Montana Tech, 13.5 a game. Oh, some finish. Numbers not in his favor. Bealey rims out, rebounded by Williams, who had 17. 3 Orediggers scored in double figures. The vast majority of their scoring came from the starting lineup, only 8 bench points in the win over William Penn in overtime on Monday night. Ure at 19, Williams 17, Decon 16, and the Rams 14. Ure, Dixon, 3 ball. Rebounded by Collins. Devin Collins was a big presence in the first half on Monday against Southeastern. Not so much in the second half. Still finished with 11 points and 8 boards, plus 3 assists and 5 personal fouls. De La Cerda against Ure. The double team a little bit slower to come, and De La Cerda used it to get to the rim. Rebound off Collins' forehead and out of bounds. Montana Tech will get it out of the timeout. Nearly 6 minutes gone by in our opening half. Keyshawn Bruner with a patented angle drive to the rim. But Montana Tech has been getting into a rhythm. Asa Williams all on his own. Puts the Orediggers up 4.
It's easy to get caught up in emotions around, oh, I feel good, or I feel like I'm getting better, or I feel like I'm getting worse. But having data, big data, over a long stretch of time allows you to actually see your work come into fruition in the form of progress. It just allows you to create a better perspective over your progression. To ignore it entirely is doing yourself a disservice because it's a resource that's available to you.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
There are 2 key moments in any college journey: when an acceptance letter arrives and the day the college education is paid off. And College Ave Student Loans is with you to help cover costs all along the way. We offer stress-free private student loans for undergrads, grad students, for parents, even loans to refinance your existing loans. Whether you're starting college, already in the workplace, or just trying to figure things out, turn to College Ave and breathe easy.
8-4, Montana Tech, the number 4 seed up on OUAZ, the number 7 seed and the lowest remaining seed in the tournament now by some distance, with Tougaloo eliminated earlier today by College of Idaho. The next lowest seed is in fact the opponent, 4th seeded Montana Tech. The other side of the bracket, 2 1s, a 2 and a 3 are still standing. We have 7 teams left right now. 3 of them are number 1 seeds. All 4 number 1 seeds came here to Kansas City. William Penn was bounced by Montana Tech Monday night. College of Idaho is the first one through to the Fab Four, the number 1 overall seed. Grace and Arizona Christian still to play in the next 2 games, respectively. Lawrence, little too strong, rebounded by Jace Catchings, and Lawrence into his back, a foul. That's the second foul on Tech, the first on Lawrence. Only 1 has been called thus far against OUAZ. Catchings in off the bench, the Missouri native. McKay Bundy also on for the Spirit, along with Joshua Rivers, grad transfer out of Oklahoma City. Devin Collins quiet so far. Bundy hit once a 3, tough shot contested, and Catchings got into the back of Imani Scott, the junior from Dallas, in off the bench, and Catchings called for the foul. Montana Tech has also brought in number 12, the sophomore Keely Bake, and 23, Birger Larson, who provided some good minutes for Tech in the first half, in particular on Monday night in that win over William Penn. Because Michael Ure, it's easy to forget with how well he played in the second half and in overtime, was very limited in the first half by foul trouble. And Larson had to play pretty substantial minutes. He did well, though, in them. Scott turned back by Bundy. But OUAZ having a tough time at this end. Just 2 for 13 from the field. Collins, size advantage on Williams. Bundy on the baseline. Catchings with 7. Catchings has it knocked out of his hands, on the floor with Bake and a tie-up. 3 on the timer, and it'll go to Montana Tech anyway. Just not a lot of that in for OUAZ. Montana Tech is 4 of 13 from the field, including 5 misses from three-point range. Both teams 0 for 5 from three-point range to start this game. Not often you can be 4 of 13 from the field without a field goal and have twice as many points as the opponent. But especially these early games have been characterized by slow offensive starts. Larson works in, can't score, still loose. He's on the floor, but he couldn't save it on the baseline. And I have a couple of hypotheses. The first one is that this is just, well, it all has to do with this being a bigger arena. That can have effects from a depth perception standpoint, because the seats are just a lot farther behind the backboard, and the back wall is a lot farther behind the backboard than what these guys are typically used to. And on top of that, it's kind of chilly in here, because an arena of this size gets a little bit cold if you only have, I don't know, 1,000 people or so roughly in the building. De La Cerda turns and hits the hook. And this is, you know, a 10,000 seat arena. So I wonder if it just literally takes a little while for guys to get in their rhythm and get warmed up. If it's just, it feels a little bit odd for them maybe, especially for these earlier games. The crowd tends to fill in a bit more as the evening goes on. Bake bumped. Foul on Rivers, and Bake will go to the free throw line.
Number 12,
That's the 3rd called on OUAZ, and Keely Bake will shoot free throws. 77% on the year. Keshawn Dixon returns for Montana Tech. Imani Scott sits down. Bake splits the pair. OUAZ with the basketball, facing a 3-point deficit. 8.5 gone by. There's Bruner. De La Cerda. Double very late to come this time. He steps past Bake and scores. Josiah De La Cerda at times was a little quieter than I expected on Monday evening. He had 14 points and 8 rebounds, so nothing wrong with that. A very efficient 14 points as well. Bake for 3, rebounded by Catchings. But at times I was surprised he wasn't a little bit more assertive. Seems like he's asserting himself more so in the first half. I mean, he only took 10 shots from the field. Didn't have a single free throw attempt in the game on Monday. He's already tried 6 shots in the first 9 and change this evening. Oh, De La Cerda was running down to the other end. He thought that was tipped off of him. The officials initially called that OUAZ basketball, and I think they saw De La Cerda's reaction and changed the call. You know, we make fun of players sometimes for claiming the ball is theirs, or there was no foul, or whatever, even when there was. That's a situation where De La Cerda would have been well served by it. Williams couldn't finish after a good drive. Catchings went down hard, a little bit slow to get up. Bruner attacks on the other end. Wild shot. Williams turns the corner. Finds a rolling target in Bridger Deedon. And that's out to stay with Montana Tech. Here's De La Cerda. The double team did arrive, but he just stepped past Bake. Got enough room on Larson to score. The two Bridgers, Larson and Deedon, checked right back out. Bridger Deedon, I don't think, appeared at all on Monday for the Orediggers. Reaching a little bit deeper to their bench early on today. Decons thought about the 3. He's never in a hurry, Hayden Decons. It's interesting to watch him. Doesn't seem to often just put his shoulder and head down and drive to the rim. He's always got his head up, almost like he's shuffling rather than running on his way. Rivers way off. That takes us into a timeout. Hayden Decons and the Orediggers with a 3-point advantage. More than 10 gone by in our first half.
The first time I picked up a Spartan TF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on, it never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Do something with it.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with the Focus app. Instant uploads and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/focus today.
College of Idaho already into the Fab Four. #1 overall seed cruised past Tougaloo, but really a game that wasn't as close as that score makes it seem. Montana Tech up 11-8 early on over OUAZ. Grayson, Georgetown to follow. Arizona Christian and Indiana Tech will round things out for us this evening. Hayden Decons couldn't finish. De La Cerda working on Ure. There's the double. Impossible shot, but he didn't have a lot of options with the shot clock running down. Dixon to the rim for 2. 5-point lead for Montana Tech, largest of the day so far for the Orediggers. Bundy fouled, and he got it. The other end, here was Dixon off the feed from Decons. Just won the race to the other side of the rim. Okay, Bundy now at the line trying to complete the three-point play. He had just 2 points and 2 rebounds in 14 minutes on Monday night. He's already passed that total. 3 points for Bundy. A low-scoring first half, defined in large part by poor shooting. Neither team has made a three-pointer yet. Combined 0 for 12, the two teams in 12 minutes. Here's Bruner. Veely drives baseline, stops and pops. Rebounded by Dixon. Ure tripped and traveled. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. Frustrating start for Michael Ure, who was 0 for 2 from the field. Has not yet scored. De La Cerda has a game-high 6 points. Only 3 players have scored for the Spirit. 5 are on the board for Tech. Nobody has more than 4 for the Orediggers. Lawrence and Dixon tied for the team lead. Bruner bangs on Decons, who got a piece of it, but it fortuitously bounces right into the hands of Colton Hitt. Senior from Malta, Idaho, who was on the back door and was the grateful recipient of that one. 5 straight for the Spirit after Tech got out to its largest lead. Here's Camden Lawrence. Ure thought about the 3. De La Cerda closed out very well. Decon steps back for a triple. Might have gotten glass first. De La Cerda bumped by Lawrence, managed to get rid of it. Veely takes a bump from Ure, hangs and scores. Keyshawn Bruner just tumbled down violently, and Adam Hyatt is wondering how that wasn't a foul. 7 straight for the Spirit, and they have the lead. Asa Williams. Dixon, good look. Missed it short. Hitt has it knocked away from him by Williams. Goes back up, count it, plus the foul. Tied up at 15. This was Veely's basket. It's a nice finish, but watch Keyshawn Bruner to the left of your screen. Whoop. And Adam Hyatt saying, you know, that's probably a foul on him. And he might have a point. Although Williams was into the back of Hitt and didn't get called for the foul. So I think they're just letting it go on the rebounding right now. And Asa Williams, the free throw line. He has 4 points, 3 boards now. First trip to the stripe for the 71% shooter. And he cashes in the 3-point play. So the shooting's starting to get a little bit better from the inside. Both teams over 30% from the field. But combined 0 for 14 from 3-point range. Veely, Euro. Wow. Decon's got a piece of the basketball. Veely thought it was a foul. From here it looked clean. But Decon's got a piece, and Veely's still able to finish. 1-point lead for OUAZ. Veely has 4 points now. Williams 3. Off the heel. Rebounded by Bundy, who had his left hand way up in the air. Chance for the Spirit to build this lead. De La Cerda shuffled his feet and a travel. Substitutions, Veely and Bundy check out for OUAZ. Catchings and Collins return. For Tech, Lawrence, Larson, and Bake are back on. Williams drives baseline and scores. He's feeling himself a little bit. 7 points raised to Williams to lead Tech. Collins lost it. Williams, Larson. Larson lost it, got it back, and scored. Three-point lead for Tech inside 5 minutes to go. 4 in a row for the Orediggers since OUAZ took the lead. Rivers thought about it. Ooh, that was an ill-advised pass. It's a 7th OUAZ turnover. Montana Tech has only 2. Lawrence inside and a foul. Either on De La Cerda or Catchings as he got to the rim. Either way, Tech will have free throws. Asa Williams has been doing a lot of it himself. This time he found Bridger Larson. 3-point Tech lead, 4.5 to go.
There's a beat in all of us. It drives us, it inspires us, and it pushes us through. It is there in preparation, it is there in battle, it is there in defeat, and success. It's the engine, it's our guide. And this beat is my own. This beat is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water, hydrate for athletes.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. People call me all the time and they say, hey Mike, will you take my small case? Well listen, no case is small at my law firm. Every case is big. Whether you have a case worth $20,000 or a case worth millions of dollars, you'll have the full power and attention of my law firm. When you hire my law firm, you get a team of people working on your case, no matter how big or how small it is. Big cases or small, call me. I've got this.
Call 816-888-7500. That's 816-888-7500.
3-point lead for Montana Tech in a low-scoring, cold-shooting first half. Camden Lawrence will be at the free throw line after the foul on Josiah De La Cerda, his first, the 5th against OUAZ. Montana Tech's been called for 3 in this half, so that's something to keep an eye on. Anytime points are difficult to come by. Lawrence gets the first of 2. He has 5 points now.
All right, one time, guys.
A 55% free throw shooter coming into Kansas City, but he looked pretty comfortable at the line, especially down the stretch yesterday. And that makes him now 8 of 10 at the free throw line in the 2 games Tech has played so far here at the Muni. 5-point lead for the Orediggers, matches their largest of the half. OUAZ has led a couple of times. De La Cerda kicks to Rivers. He gets inside and sets up the easiest bucket for De La Cerda today. Nicely done by Josh Rivers. That's 8 for De La Cerda. Little surprised Bruner and Veely have been out for as long as they have. Rivers did well there, but one of the things this lineup doesn't have for OUAZ that it probably needs is a guard who can break down the defense and create his own shot consistently. Larson short. Here's Collins, who has been very quiet in the first half. That's his 5th rebound, but he has not even attempted a shot. Rivers triple. Collins on the glass in traffic, and Larson comes away with it for Tech. Decons to Lawrence. Drives on Collins all the way in, countered in the foul. How did that one drop? Looked like it almost hit the underside of the rim and just spun up over the rim and dropped in for Hayden Decon, so we'll go to the free throw line for another. Watch how this hits the rim right here. Maybe it gets a piece of the backboard first as well, but when it first hits the rim, it's the side of it. And the spin and momentum of the basketball just pop it up and over. So now a 6-point lead as Decons completes the 3-point play. Bridger Deedon is back on. Gotten a little bit of time for Montana Tech in this first half. And OUAZ has also turned back to Bruner and Veely. Bruner against Bake. De La Cerda sets the screen, 8 to shoot. Bruner pull up from 18, and a foul on the rebound called against Montana Tech. Goes on Imani Scott. And that's the 4th against Tech in the half. OUAZ has been called for 6 now, so as you can see, the bottom right of your screen, Montana Tech is in bonus for the remainder of the half. Hit, trying to get it in for Veely. Lawrence did well to disrupt it, but Collins recovers the loose ball. And Bruner goes back to work for the Spirit. De La Cerda, 3 from the corner, goes down. First 3-pointer for either team in this game. It took 17 tries and almost 17 and a half minutes. But the Spirit get a big triple and cut the deficit in half. Scott lowers his shoulder, an offensive foul drawn by Hit. This is not a badly contested 3. Larson gets his hand up, but De La Cerda, a very good 3-point shooter at 6'8", and guys who shoot 3 at 47% at that size, first of all, are few and far between, and second of all, can get their 3s off over a lot of guys. You have to be awfully tall to really disrupt De La Cerda with just a hand up. He has 11 points now, half of OUAZ's total. Skip pass hit, corner 3. Oh, now they're going. 17 straight misses between these two teams. Back-to-back triples on as many possessions for OUAZ, and we're tied up with 2 to play in the half. Lawrence thinking about an answer. I think Cameron Lawrence is itching for a 3. Let's see if he gets a look here. Williams, Larson. He drives. Larson all the way to the cup. Timeout called by Montana Tech. Adam Hyatt wants to talk it over. 6 straight for OUAZ and a couple of 3s. Bridger Larson does it the old-fashioned way. Getting to the rim, laying it up and in. He has 6, and Tech has a 2-point lead with 100 seconds to play in our opening half. Tech uses the timeout, the first either team has called in this game. 2 more games to come on quarterfinal Wednesday. 5 o'clock Central, Grace and Georgetown, the 1 and 3 seeds in the Dewar Quadrant, and then the 1 and 2 in the Liston Quadrant, Arizona Christian and Indiana Tech. So we've got an Arizona team against the Tech in this game and an Arizona team against the Tech later on tonight as well. "90 seconds to go in the half. Collins finds De La Cerda. A little bit of an awkward floater from 8 feet, but he gets the roll. 13 points for Josiah De La Cerda. He was 6 for 10 from the field the entire game on Monday in the round of 16 win for the Spirit over Southeastern. He's 6 of 10 in the first half tonight. Traveled on decons before he was potentially fouled by Collins. 8-2 run for OUAZ the last 93 seconds. 5 of those points belong to De La Cerda. Shot clock running down. Not a lot of action for the Spirit on this possession. Collins, step back corner triple. Another one for the Spirit. They've hit 3 in a row from deep after they started 0 for 7. First basket for Devin Collins. And the Spirit, who have trailed by 6 a couple of times in this half, now lead by 3 inside the final 30 seconds. Ure has been quiet. Pull up over De La Cerda. Off the heel. OUAZ can hold for the final shot. Ure, after his spectacular second half in overtime Monday, scoreless in the first half and 0 for 3 from the field. Timeout called by OUAZ. 9.4 seconds remaining. And Matt Keeley can draw something up for a sideline out of bounds that'll be triggered on the near side. Spirit with a 3-point lead now, thanks to this 11-2 run over the last 2.5 minutes. This is something impressive how they've hung around. And again, we've talked about it ad nauseum. One deficit after another overcome in this tournament. Until the earlier game today when College of Idaho trailed by only 2 points when it was 2-0. I think every other winning team had trailed by at least 6 at some point in the game. The Grace Freed Hardman game, I'd have to double check. But every other winning team trailed by at least 6. Now, some of those were in the early going. But still. Bruner fouled by Williams, 7.5 to go. That's the first on Williams, 6th on the team. That was the one foul Montana Tech still had to give. Free throws on anything subsequent. De La Cerda pops out, triple on the way. Williams, the weak side rebound. He goes down and he's fouled. That is a costly OUAZ foul. It's going to be free throws for Asa Williams. That's just a really silly play. Williams had secured the rebound. 2 Spirit were on him trying to strip the ball away. 2 seconds left in the half. And Williams is 90 feet from the basket. Instead, he's going to get to walk about 80 of those feet and shoot free throws. That's a bad mistake by Devin Collins, although he wasn't the only one there. And now Asa Williams, who already hit a free throw earlier, has 1 and the bonus. 71% on the season. He leads Tech with 8 points in this first half. He's added 4 rebounds. And the only assist for the Orediggers. They have 1 assist on 12 made baskets. A lot of isolation ball. So he gets both. That's 2 free points for Montana Tech just before the half. De La Cerda hoists from 3/4 court. Not that far off, but he doesn't get a piece of anything. And that is all for our opening half. Great run at the end of the half by OUAZ. 3 3-pointers went down, the only 3 that either team hit in the first half. At the same time, then a really sloppy foul that gave away a little bit of that momentum, cut the 3-point lead down to 1 when Asa Williams capitalized with a couple of free throws. Offense started to get going a little bit at the end of the half. We've got 20 minutes to go. OUAZ up 1.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with the Focus app, instant uploads, and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/today.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in emotions around, oh, I feel good, or I feel like I'm getting better, or I feel like I'm getting worse. But having data, big data, over a long stretch of time allows you to actually see your work come into fruition in the form of progress. It just allows you to create a better perspective over your progression. To ignore it entirely is doing yourself a disservice because it's a resource that's available to you.
There are two key moments in any college journey: when an acceptance letter arrives and the day the college education is paid off. And College Ave Student Loans is with you to help cover costs all along the way. We offer stress-free private student loans for undergrads, grad students, for parents, even loans to refinance your existing loans. Whether you're starting college, already in the workplace, just trying to figure things out, turn to College Ave and breathe easy.
Did you know only 2% of college graduates feel that they've had a magical college experience? At St. Thomas University, we see the magic happening every day. When your professor becomes your mentor and learning becomes your passion. When you join a student organization and meet your friends for life. When your classes and activities prepare you for the real world and a successful career. At STU, our students live the magic, and their college experience leads to limitless possibilities. Visit stu.edu today.
After 100 years, why are we still pushing for more? Because at Thomas More, we're inspired to help you create and live a fuller life. That means creating more opportunities for you inside the classroom and out. Programs that lead to something more than a job, a fulfilling career, and expecting more from our faculty and staff to help give you the opportunity to become the remarkable person you were created to be. Thomas More University. Make it more.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with the Focus. Instant uploads and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/focus today.
The thing I love about Clark is that you're never just one thing. I'm not just a student, I'm a future doctor. I'm an athlete on a history-making team. I'm a community member supporting the causes I care about. I'm a friend, a neighbor, a leader. At Clark, you can become anything. What will you be? Be you at CU.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
First time I picked up a Spartan TF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on, it never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Now do something with it.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in emotions around, oh, I feel good, or I feel like I'm getting better, or I feel like I'm getting worse. But having data, big data, over a long stretch of time allows you to actually see your work coming to fruition in the form of progress. It just allows you to create a better perspective over your progression. To ignore it entirely is doing yourself a disservice because it's a resource that's available to you.
There's a beat in all of us. It drives us, it inspires us, and it pushes us through. It is there in preparation, it is there in battle, it is there in defeat, and success. It's the engine, it's our guide. And this beat is my own. This beat is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water, hydration for athletes.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. People call me all the time and they say, hey Mike, we take my small case. Well listen, no small at my law firm. Every case is big. Whether you have a case worth $20,000 or a case worth millions of dollars, you'll have the full power and attention of my law firm. When you hire my law firm, you get a team of people working on your case, no matter how big or how small it is. Big cases or small, call me. I've got this.
Call 816-888-7500. That's 816-888-7500.
I don't want to go as far as to say that this has been an NAIA tournament defined by poor shooting, but certainly that's been a piece of it, and this game has been defined by poor shooting. The two teams combined missed their first 17 three-pointers. Then OUAZ out of nowhere hit 3 in a row, and that's really the reason that the Spirit have this lead. That's the nature of such a low-scoring game, is that they were down by 6 points, which felt like a lot considering how the game had been played. And then in a matter of a few possessions, they hit 3 three-pointers, and the complete complexion of this game changed. I haven't quite gotten over that silly foul all the way at the other end of the floor with a second left that shrunk the Spirit lead from 3 down to 1. De La Cerda kicks it to Devin Collins, who hit his only shot of the first half, was from deep late on, and he is fouled. That's unlucky for OUAZ because De La Cerda ended up with a wide open layup. I think the Spirit are going to need to get more from Devin Collins if they're going to win. Montana Tech will almost certainly need to get more from Michael Ure if they're going to win. He did not score in the first half. That's his second personal foul. He and Amani Scott have 2. Jace Catchings has 2 for the Spirit. Veely, feet were out of whack on that one. It's a tough shot. Hit, though, recovers the rebound and scores. Colton Hitt has 7 points. De La Cerda leads all scorers with 13 for OUAZ. He's added 4 rebounds and a couple assists. Asa Williams leads for Montana Tech. He has 9 and 4. There's Camden Lawrence. Hayden Deacons. Collins has been content to give him that look, but Deacons managed to bait him there. Just couldn't finish at the rim. Hit on the run. Hit the Euro. Hit couldn't finish. Veely the follow. OUAZ leads by multiple possessions for the first time. Williams 3. Rattles out. Montana Tech 0 for 10 from deep. The Orediggers have led by as many as 6 on a couple occasions in the first half, most recently with about 3 minutes to go. The Spirit have their largest lead at the moment. Bruner triple. Off the heel, and Deacons gets the rebound, but it had gone over the backboard and out of bounds anyway. Stick-to-itiveness from OUAZ, both buckets off offensive rebounds. Hitt had the first one. Second time he had the miss that turned into the off the backboard assist. To Alex Veely. Lawrence looked at another 3. He hasn't taken that shot his last couple of chances. He works in and scores, wanted a foul. 8 points for Camden Lawrence. Bruner pretty quiet in the first half, and he's fouled. He had 2 points, 1 of 4 shooting in the opening 20 minutes, did add 3 assists. And he's at the free throw line for the first time today, 80% foul shooter for the season. That's only the second free throw OUAZ has attempted. The other one was McKay Bundy finishing a 3-point play in the first half. Bruner rattles out the second one. So it's a 4-point lead for the 7th-seeded Spirit. Williams to Ure. Lawrence still doesn't want that 3. Ure's open. He hasn't scored yet. Missed that one very short. And here comes OUAZ on the run. This is Bruner at his best. Getting downhill on Ure. Couldn't finish with a right hand, and it's tracked down by Dixon in the corner. Numbers now for Montana Tech. Lawrence. Spin move on De La Cerda. Off the mark, off glass, and Collins on the run out. Game getting a little bit stretched now. De La Cerda wants it. He hasn't scored since halftime. Swing it around. Veely, good look at a 3. Little too strong, and Lawrence has the board. Deshaun Dixon off 1 foot, floater way too short. Kevin Collins racing ahead again. De La Cerda open for 3. And Josiah De La Cerda continues to stroke it. 16 points for De La Cerda to lead all scorers. And it's a 7-point lead for OUAZ, largest for either team today. Williams in traffic, blocked by De La Cerda after his own miss. Out of bounds, last off OUAZ, and the Orediggers will keep it. De La Cerda doing it at both ends. His second three-pointer of the game. He has accounted for 2 of the 4 three-pointers that have gone down for either team. And then he denies Asa Williams at the other end. Montana Tech sooner or later is going to have to hit a jumper. Bake, he wants one. Rebounded by Veely. De La Cerda slips the screen. Larson was a little late to get back to him. Veely baseline, put his shoulder down, rebound out to De La Cerda. Pass fake, straight on triple. Rebounded by Decons, even as his right hand was getting held down. Bruner cuts him off, and a travel on Hayden Decons. Bruner was almost the aggressor there, even as the defender just got over and cut him off completely. The OUAZ fans cheering on Alex Veely as he leaves the game. McKay Bundy is on. Jace Catchings comes in as well for Devin Collins. Montana Tech uses a timeout with the Spirit on an 8-2 run and now up by 7. With under 16 minutes to play, we'll step aside. Back in a moment.
Inspiration, the divine influence of something. How do we inspire? We build ourselves up. We help each other out. We work hard so that we can achieve big things. We are Avalon. Inspired.
College of Idaho already into the Fab Four. OUAZ up by 7 in the second half over Montana Tech. Grace Georgetown next. Arizona Christian, Indiana Tech to round things out tonight on Quarterfinal Wednesday in KC. Hank Canner, our fantastic crew, back with you from Municipal Auditorium. Spirit with a basketball and a 7-point lead. They trailed by 6 late in the first half. They have flipped the script since. Hitt spins to the elbow. Tough contest by Williams, and Colton Hitt got it anyway. 9 points for Colton Hitt, and a 9-point lead for OUAZ. The 3 primary bench players for the Spirit are in. Bake off the mark on a 3. Hitt and De La Cerda, the 2 starters, with Rivers, Catchings, and Bundy. Looks like Decon's got a little piece of that shot. And Montana Tech the other way. 15 minutes to go. The Orediggers suddenly staring down a substantial deficit. Williams spins away. De La Cerda denies him again. Hitt goes down holding his nose. Decon's the 3. Left it short, and De La Cerda has the rebound. Colton Hitt got popped in the face. He's still blinking his eyes, trying to get his wits back about him. De La Cerda wants it, takes a shove in the back from Larson. Rivers, 3 on the way. It goes down. Josh Rivers pushes the Spirits' lead to double digits. 13-2 run for OUAZ. Montana Tech cannot find anything at this end. Bridger Larson 3. That one goes. It took 15 three-pointers from Montana Tech to finally make one. And it's Bridger Larson. Three Ordiggers waiting at the table, along with Bruner for OUAZ, and Devin Collins joins him. Rivers turns the corner on Bank, all the way to the cup. Larson left of the paint. Underneath Williams, he's fouled. Jace Catchings got way up and had to raise up his shoes so as not to catch more of Williams than he did. Look back at this sequence. Colton hit. Look at how Williams has his hand right in his face. That is a tough shot. And then Josh Rivers, not a great three-point shooter this year, just 26%, but he was confident on that stroke. 5 quick ones for Josh Rivers, and his Spirit are up by 11 with 13 and a half to play. Point lead for OUAZ with 13 and a half to go in our second half in KC today. The winner will face the #1 overall seed, College of Idaho, at 5 o'clock Friday evening in the Fab Four after a day off tomorrow. Williams gets the first free throw. He is the first Ordigger into double figures. Lisa Williams has 10 points to go with 6 rebounds. He has made all 4 of his free throws. OUAZ broke the pressure pretty easily. Rivers, Catchings, Bundy still on the floor. It's a small lineup for the Spirit because Bruner replaced De La Cerda, who's getting a rest. So Collins and Bruner are the 2 starters on the floor. Bruner turns, wouldn't drop for him. Scott had the rebound snatched away by a flying Jace Catchings, and a held ball gives possession to Montana Tech. Tell you what, Jace Catchings is not shy about attacking the glass. He has 2 rebounds, 3 fouls. That's about right. Junior from St. Louis. One of just a couple of Missouri kids represented on the 16 teams here in KC. How about that from Asa Williams? Oh my! The footwork. Off balance triple. And he got Tech back within 6. Catching's the answer. Chase Ketching's just a 32% three-point shooter this year. They're going down for the Spirit in the second half. He and Rivers not among the standout shooters for OUAZ, but they both hit. Scott just shuffled his feet. Look at this from Asa Williams. Shakes, bakes, shakes again. Whoop. And he is so fun when he hits a three. Just the way he turns to the crowd to celebrate. Bundy, that had to be a travel. It's unlucky because he kind of got his feet caught up with the Tech defenders. I don't know that he really meant to, but that definitely turned into a travel. Inside 12 minutes, 9-point lead for the Spirit. Larson wanted it on the block. Works in on Bundy, who goes to ground. Dixon lays it in. Montana Tech's asking for a flop, and I think they have a good case because Bundy went down in sort of an awkward way. It didn't seem especially organic. Dixon the foul. We're going to get a look back here. Let's see, there is contact, to be fair. So officials, it's not just a guy going down without, yeah, that's a flop. I mean, come on. He takes a hit in the right shoulder and he falls straight back. It's just, there's nothing natural about that. Unless, I mean, he is limping a little bit, so maybe he got his ankle caught somehow and that's what made him go down like that. But anytime a guy really doesn't go down, but kind of falls backward awkwardly and catches himself like that and is almost crab walking, I think that's usually a telltale sign. We've only seen one flop called in this tournament so far. This is game 10 in Kansas City. Bruner through contact, floater short. Lawrence had the pass go off his hand behind him. Bridger Deaton is on the floor for Montana Tech. Williams, same step back move. This time it's short. Rivers with Ketchings on the run. Ketchings to the rim, he's fouled. Bridger Deaton picks up the personal foul. I don't know that I'd ever met anyone named Bridger, but Montana Tech has two guys named Bridger, and they're both on the court at the same time right now. Deaton 5 in white, and Larson 23, along with Lawrence, Williams, and Dixon. Michael Ure is about to come back on for Montana Tech, and OUAZ will counter with Alex Veely. Ketchings off on the first free throw. Rivers goes off to make way for Veely, and Tech is going to add a couple more changes. Both Bridgers go off along with Williams. Decons, Ure, and Keely Baker are all on. Another free throw for Ketchings, who shot 63% at the line this year. He has 4 points, all in the second half. 8-point advantage for OUAZ. The Spirit have led by as many as 12. Montana Tech by as many as 6. But the Orediggers have trailed the entire way in the second half. Off the heel, rebounded by Bundy. Not going for Keely Bake. He's missed all of his threes. There's a foul called on Bake. He has missed all 4 of his three-point attempts. And the Diggers as a team, 2 of 18. Only so much for Adam Hyatt to do in that situation. They've gotten some good looks. I will say, if you wanted to criticize them other than just missing shots, they're not moving the ball that well on the offensive end. It's been a lot of dribbling, a lot of individual effort. Veely kicks it to hit. That's a good look. 11-point lead. It's back to double digits for the Spirit. Second three-pointer for Hint today. He has a dozen. Dixon attacks. Just 3 assists for Montana Tech on 15 made baskets. OUAZ has 11 on 21. Lawrence knocks it out. And a timeout on the floor. 11-point lead for the Spirit, who have started to hit three-pointers. They missed their first 7. Since then, they've made 7 out of 12, and they've built a double-digit advantage.
Campbellsville helped me to get a job, get my master's, to prepare myself for the world.
It offers students a tremendous amount of opportunity to get real-world experience.
We see Christian students, non-Christian students. We see people from every walk of life.
It's such a good place to be.
It kind of reminds me of home. Your teachers actually look out for you here. You feel invited as soon as you walk in.
You're not going to find any better place to help students achieve what they want.
Josiah De La Serna and Colton Hitt, each into double figures for OUAZ in this game. The Spirit up by 11, and they've accounted for 28 of OUAZ's 52, more than half of the scoring for the Spirit to this point, past the midway point of the second half. De La Serna, Bruner, pull up, front iron, but rebounded by Veely. OUAZ +9 on the glass. Bruner wins the race to the rim and is rewarded with a foul on Decons. That's his third. And it's the 6th on Montana Tech. OUAZ's been called for only 1 in the second half, so the Spirit will be in the bonus for the final 9:21. Bruner has 2 free throws. He's 1 of 2 at the line. They get 1 of 3 for an 80% shooter. Has not been his day. 1 of 8 from the field, Keyshawn Bruner. He really dominated that second half against Southeastern. The Fire just did not have an answer for him. His ability to penetrate and break down the defense. Lawrence pulls up on the block, missed it badly. Veely, oh, he slips and he's wide open underneath. He was so open that Bundy didn't even see him for a dribble or two, and still Veely was standing underneath for an easy layup to give OUAZ its largest lead. Lawrence finally lets a 3 go and sticks it. Third three-pointer Montana Tech has made in 19 tries. First one for Lawrence. Timeout called by Adam Hyatt, with the Ordigers facing an 11-point deficit. Look at this action by OUAZ. Veely just slips the screen, and nobody is around him for a full beat there. Normally, that's a pass that would have to come right away if you wanted to get an open layup. Just a miscommunication by Montana Tech. And it created an easy bucket for Veely, who has 8 points. Lawrence now has 11. He joins Asa Williams in double figures for Montana Tech. That was some good action on their part, and Lawrence a good-looking stroke from the corner. You feel for Montana Tech to be on this stage, and without its leading scorer, Caleb Belloc, who averages better than 18 a game. You know it's tough on him, you know it's tough on the whole program. But you can feel good for Camden Lawrence, who has proven he can do more on the offensive end than the 5 points a game he averaged during the regular year. Double figures in each of the Ordigers games here in Kansas City. 14 Monday, 11 and counting today. Nice roll by Bundy, who's denied by Lawrence. OUAZ wanted a foul. Lawrence thought about another three, drives on Veely, kicks to Dixon. Deedon back for Dixon, good look at a triple, and that goes down. Back-to-back three balls for Montana Tech. The Orediggers finally starting to get it going from outside, and Krishan Dixon hits a big one. Back to single digits. This would be a big stop for Montana Tech to get. Veely triple. That was too open, and Tech got bailed out. Veely is 0 for 5 from three-point range. He's played well in every other facet. Ure for three. That's off. Michael Ure just cannot get on track. 0 for 5 from the field, 4 of them three-pointers. That would have brought it down to 5. Veely attacks Deedon, and he's fouled. That's the 7th on Montana Tech. And OUAZ has a really fanatical group of fans here who advocate hard for their guys. And you know, you don't take anything away from them for that. That's exactly what they should do. They really expect a foul almost every time something doesn't go the Spirit's way. And it's just particularly amusing when Montana Tech's been called for 7 fouls and OUAZ for 1 in the second half, but it's still the Spirit fans who are substantially more agitated with the officials at this point. Veely has another free throw now. It's his first trip today. 66% free throw shooter, connects on both. Lead back to 10 with 7 1/4 to go. Dixon harassed by Rivers in a foul. Only the second against OUAZ in a half. Lawrence flares out, wants a three, and hits another. 3 of the last 4 from deep have gone down for Montana Tech. Lawrence has 14 points now. And a 9-2 run for the Orediggers. De La Cerda been quiet in the second half. Hit has not. Veely. Still no from 3. 0 for 6. Decons. Lawrence. Baseline drive. Hayden Decons. Extra pass. Williams. Over hit. Wouldn't go. Veely knocked the rebound out of bounds. Montana Tech will keep it. Hayden Decons is not a great three-point shooter. Asa Williams much better for the year. But Hayden Decons passed out a wide open 3 there to go to Williams, who was under a little bit of duress. You love the unselfishness. I think Tech might have been better served by Decons taking that shot. Ure might have gotten away with an extra step before he put her on the floor, and he's fouled by De La Cerda. It's the second foul on Josiah De La Cerda, the 3rd against the Spirit in the second half. Most importantly, from Montana Tech's standpoint, it puts Michael Ure on the free throw line for the first time today. He's a 73% foul shooter, and he has not seen the ball go through the net yet in this game. 5 misses from the field, 4 of them threes. Ooh. This is a massive free throw, not so much because cutting it from 7 to 6, but just because I think Michael Ure needs to see a bucket. 19 points on Monday in the upset of William Penn. He was Mr. Everything in the second half after some foul trouble in the first half. And finally has his first point of the quarterfinal. Now he's going to come out, Bridger Larson on. I don't know that that's the moment I would have chosen to take him off, just when he finally saw something go through the net. Devin Collins back in for OUAZ along with Jace Catchings. Bundy and Rivers sit down. De La Cerda with Dixon on him. Came away holding his face, no call. Six-point game. OUAZ has stretched this out at times. Hit, negotiates his way in, adjusts and scores off the window. Dixon pull-up. Rims out, catching's board. OUAZ can get it back to double figures. Spirit trailed by 6 in the first half. They've led all the way in the second. Final 5.5. De La Cerda, awkward shot, and he scores. Just 5 of his 18 in the second half, but De La Cerda leads all scorers. Bridger Larson. Lawrence has been hot. Lawrence to the rim, and he's fouled. De La Cerda was the second defender, looked like he got all ball, and the foul is on Catchings, the primary defender. Chase Catchings has managed to accumulate 4 personal fouls, despite the fact that OUAZ has only been called for 11 in the entire game. So Camden Lawrence at the line, where he hit 2 earlier, and he's 8 of 10 in Kansas City. He has 29 points across the 2 games. Still 5 minutes to go in regulation this afternoon. 2 more quarterfinal games to follow this one. The winner of this game will play College of Idaho at 5 o'clock Central Time Friday in the Fab Four. Two teams playing in the nightcap Friday will be determined by our following 2 games this evening. Grace at Georgetown, Arizona Christian at Indiana Tech. Bruner. Collins holding off Dixon on the block, pulls into him. Larson helps and fouls. No shot is the call, so it's on the floor. It'll be 1-1 coming for OUAZ after this. Look at the adjustment by Colton Hitt. He's had a nice game, so have the Spirit.
It's easy to get caught up in emotions around, oh, I feel good, or I feel like I'm getting better, or I'm getting worse. But having data, big data over a long stretch of time allows you to actually see your work come into fruition in the form of progress. It just allows you to create a better perspective over your progression. To ignore it entirely is doing yourself a disservice because it's a resource that's available to you.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
There are 2 key moments in any college journey: when an acceptance letter arrives and the day the college education is paid off. And College Ave Student Loans is to help cover costs all along the way. We offer stress-free private student loans for undergrads, grad students, for parents, even loans to refinance your existing loans. Whether you're starting college, already in the workplace, or just trying to figure things out, turn to College Ave and breathe easy.
OUAZ up by 8, early deficit. The Spirit erased it. And they have built at times a double-digit advantage in the second half. Just 4:43 separating the Spirit in their first trip ever to Kansas City in just their 6th season as a college basketball program from the Fab Four on Friday night and a date with top seed College of Idaho. It is incredible what Matt Keeley has done with that program. Had never been to the round of 16 in their history. Never been to the quarterfinals in their history. Devin Collins gets the first. And you wonder what kind of emotions there are for Matt Keeley in particular, what's going through his head as he looks up at the scoreboard and sees a 10-point lead for his club and just 4:43 left, separating the Spirit from the Fab Four. Keeley Bate. Asa Williams got half a step. Decons attacks. Decons to the rim. No. Collins the rebound. That's 10 boards for Devin Collins, who has done his work more at the defensive end. He's only taken 1 shot from the field and 2 free throws. He's made them all, but just 5 points to go with those 10 rebounds after his big first half on Monday. A patient OUAZ attack. Catchings with 5 to shoot. De La Cerda has to hurry. Skips it to hit. Corner 3. That could be the dagger. Colton hits third three-pointer. He makes it a 13-point lead for OUAZ. 17 today for Colton hit. Asa Williams fouled at the rim. I thought this was one too many passes. I didn't know if there was time. Hit was deep in the corner. That could be a tough shot, especially for a right-handed shooter from the right corner, almost behind the backboard. The angle on that is not great. And Hit splashed it.
Get out.
Williams got the first free throw.
By yourself, man. Yep. You got one. Yep, I got shooter. Let's go.
He is 6 of 6 at the stripe. Rims out the 7th. 12-point lead for OUAZ with the basketball. And a blocking foul called against Williams. That's the 9th on Montana Tech. So 1-and-1 coming for Keyshawn Bruner, who has struggled at the free throw line today. 2 out of 4. Not very good for an 80% free throw shooter, and you could see his frustration when he missed his first at the line the last time. Cooley knocks down the front end. 5 points for Keyshawn Bruner. And a 13-point lead for OUAZ. This is looking perhaps beyond the reach of the Orediggers. Montana Tech played on Monday really the only game we've had so far in Kansas City out of the 10 that has come right down to the wire. Going to overtime. Big 3 got glass first. Three minutes to go. Bruner on the attack, hangs way off. De La Cerda follows. Largest lead of the day for OUAZ. It's 16 points. Dixon, Larson, 3 ball, short. Bake tracks down the board. Decon's thought about it. Drives on Collins. Fall away from 12. Rebounded by Bruner. OUAZ happy to run the clock down. De La Cerda drives on Larson. Got half a step. Threw it up off the heel. Tech controls the rebound. Bake. Deep 3. Backboard first. Whatever intrigue was left in this game is gone. Spirit fans on their feet. Keeley calls timeout. A program that 7 years ago did not exist. 6 seasons of basketball, not bad for a first trip to the Fab Four. How about a 2-0 record in Kansas City? Say what you will about how good College of Idaho has been. OUAZ's unbeaten in this building, so you never know. The Spirit will be moving on, a number 7 seed, to the Fab Four to take on the top overall seed, College of Idaho. If there was going to be a test for a Cinderella story, well, it's coming on Friday at 5 o'clock Central Time. The Yotes are waiting, and they are not interested in a Cinderella run to the final. College of Idaho riding a 34-game winning streak. The last 16 of those have been by double digits. Slaughtered a 5-seed LSU Shreveport by 48 points on Monday, and then beat Tougaloo earlier today by really 25 or 30 before the deep benches got in there. And it tightened down a lot closer than that. But still, won by 17. Bruner pull-up, and it drops. Lawrence breaks down, Catchings gets to the rim, it goes in and out. Mass changes coming for OUAZ. Timeout called by Keeley just to get the substitutes in. 70 seconds to go. And a big hand for the 5 coming off the floor for OUAZ. Hear the chant. And there's going to be a lot of energy supporting the Spirit in this building against the biggest cheering section remaining, which is College of Idaho on Friday. You never know. A tall task will await them, but you never know. Inside, 2 more for the Spirit. First basket of the tournament for 33 and white, Hunter Richardson. Montana Tech has gone deep to the bench. Levi Torgerson gets inside and scores. Stick with us, another number 1 seed in action next. Grace of Indiana against Georgetown of Kentucky. 2 of the most basketball-rich states in this country battling it out. For Montana Tech, a wonderful season. Will finish 29-5. The dramatic win, the signature win of this tournament so far in KC belongs to the Orediggers. 1-point overtime upset of the only number 1 seed thus far eliminated. 3 out of 4 number 1 seeds have made it into the final 6 teams now. Jam time for Elijah Simmons. The only number 1 seed that is not still standing at this moment in time is William Penn, and that's because of Montana Tech. A dramatic win it was. The Orediggers can hang their hat on that, certainly. And you feel for them to have gotten to this stage and not have the services of their leading scorer, Caleb Bellick. You feel for him, but a lot to build on from this season for Montana Tech. Another really young team. We have a lot of those groups here in Kansas City this year. Not a single senior in the rotation, so they will be back. But OUAZ is moving on. The lowest seed still standing in the tournament will dance 2 more days. The Spirit into their first ever Fab Four and a Friday night date with the number 1 overall seed, College of Idaho. Matt Keeley's men trailed by 6 late in the first half. They reversed that to take a 1-point halftime lead, and they did not trail over the final 20 minutes. OUAZ moves on to battle the College of Idaho at 5 o'clock Central Time on Friday night. The Spirit had never made the round of 16, had never made the quarterfinals. Now they've made the Fab Four in their 6th season of basketball. What a story that is. The underdog of the tournament against the dominant side of the tournament. A couple of storylines clashing on Friday night. OUAZ behind 20 from Josiah De La Cerda, 17 from Colton Hint, and some great play at the defensive end in the second half. Pulls away to win by 18 over Montana Tech. For the rest of our fantastic crew here in KC, Nate Gatter saying so long. It's halftime of our day. 2 down, 2 still to go. Hope you'll join us at 5 Central. More quarterfinal action after this.